Welcome back to the Triple SC, everybody. Gronk.
Christopher?
Today, I would like to spend some time talking about the Xbox showcase coming up, as we love our video games and we love the ones that are coming out, and the new hype we get hyped with things that we get excited about, the remasters and the new additions and the wonderful new stories that have come about. Not that we've gotten to play it, but Pragmata seems like a great story that Capcom could potentially run with for quite a few games.
Well, the weirdos out there like to ruin things. Hopefully, they will not ruin Pragmata for everybody.
I've seen a couple different mods that have made me like giggle as far as
Yeah.
the characters they've or the skins they've put on them. Um, but so let's kind of dive in. I really just kind of wanted to more or less. Well, I was going to ask you some questions of some things and maybe spitball back and forth how you felt and what I felt, and then anybody in the audience who wants to give some feedback,
Hit the
we
comments.
love some comments. Make it happen. All right, so first things first. Is there anything that you hope to see or you'd like to see come out of this showcase?
Well, I'd love to know what's going on with that Gears of War E-Day
Yeah,
that they were talking about. It's like the prequel that showed it's Emergence Day, when
that was last year's showcase that dropped, wasn't it?
I feel like it's been longer ago than that.
How's it? Okay.
It's been a couple of years they did initial that initial promo for it. Here's my issue. This is what really grinds my gears. They make all these proof of concept trailers or they'll have their developers and their team put together like 15 minutes of gameplay,
Right.
proof of very early proof of concept stuff just to be like, hey, they're interested in this. Let's go ahead and roll the rest of it out. And you really can't cock tease a gamer like that.
Well, apparently you can.
It's not it.
They've been doing it with Elder Scrolls 6 for like 4 years now.
And what did the guy say that?
Yeah, Todd Howard ate his words, and I think he said like 3 months ago he wished he had never even announced it.
Yeah,
And
because
everybody wants to know what is his next announcement this year? Are we going to hear about Are we going to get more from Fallout 5? Are we finally going to hear something about Elder Scrolls 6? Is he going to remaster Fallout 3 in New Vegas? What is to come from Bethesda this year?
no, I'd love to see another Wolfenstein game.
Oh, I didn't know they made that series as well.
Yeah, they were. I don't know how big a hand they had in it, but they were one of the companies involved, like Machine Games or something like that. Bethesda, and Bethesda, a bunch of different companies worked on it together, and I think Bethesda was one of them. It might have just been the publisher; they might have published it,
Right,
but I don't know who's responsible for what when they're like 19 different companies.
right. Who played what actual role here?
Yeah,
Yeah. No, but I really agree with you. Like, you shouldn't be putting a video out on the showcase. If it's not going to drop, then I'll give you a little grace. It should be dropping within the next 2 calendar years.
yeah. It
Like, we shouldn't be waiting six, I'm not gonna say it, plus years for a game to drop after
I
your first teaser.
yeah, and my thing, I know this. You and I have talked about this. I know that video games are not like the movies. Like it takes way less time to make a movie than a video game, and you
Right,
start promoting a movie maybe a year before you're ready to actually put it out in the theater.
right,
Well, you should not be promoting again. If you're gonna make me wait 16 years for a game, you should not be promoting it 16 years early.
right.
A year and a half tops.
Best. Yeah, I'm saying two calendar, 2 calendar years.
And I'll tell you
That's
why
all
I
I'm
feel
giving
that
you.
way. I'm not going to leave you out there with that and then not try to bring you back in. There's a reason I feel that way. They were going to remake Perfect Dark.
Okay,
They at one of the showcases, one of the expos, whatever it was, they put out a teaser for a Perfect Dark remake,
right.
and then it just sat for a couple of years until the company that was going to make it went out of business.
Yeah.
They folded up, and that remake just died on a shelf somewhere,
Waiting for its day.
waiting for its day. There was a Wonder Woman game that was going to be made with the by Monolith, who made the Middle Earth games, and they were going to use the patented Nemesis system in that game, but then Monolith went out of business,
Okay.
and now that game's never going to happen. And I get it, I understand. The video game industry is different than the film industry, but you should not be promoting things let's just test the water and see if people are excited about this, and then if they're excited about it, we'll make the actual we'll make the actual product that
Right.
no.
Right. Give me what you're working on.
Give me what you're working on. Don't get if it is just in the idea stage where you're like, man, I got a nut for an open world Superman game that does it better than Superman Returns did. Let's talk, but don't show me proof of concept stuff for video games until it's like all basically halfway done.
Right. Agreed. Agreed. I mean, what are we wasting our time for?
At least in the movie business, they've got half the movie made. There's a picture of Tom Holland in the Spider-Man suit suspended between two buildings like this, looking like he's having the worst day ever.
Right.
It's like, oh, it's being made. There's news, something's going on. Every day Marvel is making sure I have not forgotten
That's coming up.
that's coming up.
Yeah. Well, GTA's done the same thing. Rockstar has been great at making sure you know that GTA 6 is on its
They
way.
are they are not going to let us forget.
They dropped their prices on some of that stuff, or as far as like what the price scale was. I'd have to check it again. I know the base game itself was $80,
Yeah.
and then they were talking about. Oh, now this is getting something completely off the wall.
I thought not to derail, I thought I saw that in that price structure, like some deluxe copy of the game was going to cost $200 odd.
I want, yeah, there. Okay. The standard 70 to 80, special deluxe 90 to 100, collector's edition 150 to 200. That comes with a base game, physical collectibles like maps or statues, and expansive digital content bundles, which is probably just online money and clothes or
If
skins.
if there was like actual campaign
Content.
content,
Yeah.
I'll get it later. I'm
I'm
not.
trying to think of which one it was. I think it was the episodes from Liberty City was the one that was like one of the first ones to drop DLCs with their game or with the game because it had the Ballad of Gay Tony and something
I
else.
think that's in that complete edition I've got.
Yeah, the Liberty City Stories one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you got the copy that's got it all with it. I don't know if you could. Like, surely you can get a copy of it that doesn't have all that stuff with it because most every game has its own base model
Oh,
before.
there's rolling copies of GTA 4 probably everywhere for 360, and if you were content to just get that game,
Was
then
that four? I thought it was Liberty City Stories that had that DLC.
I'm lost.
That's fair. All right, I am
What
too.
are you asking me if GTA 4 has the Liberty City stories
No,
or
Liberty City Stories or GTA 4 has the Ballad of Gay Tony and
oh,
the
that
other DLC content.
I can't speak to. I would assume
Think
that
it's the Liberty City Stories.
it is on what I have because it's the complete edition of the game,
Yeah,
and
I think it is.
I'm thinking that it's probably going to be a part of the Liberty City stories because it's like Liberty City stories and other episodes or something like that. There's some
Right.
little
Well, there was a Vice City Stories game too. Wonder if that might have been on there.
uh,
No, that's fair. All right.
it's beyond my pay grade.
But I mean, just looking at GTA 6, it looks like it's going to be there. I mean, there's going to be a lot to do. I'm excited to see what they've put out. But like, I feel like we're also overhyping it. Like, what are
And
we doing here?
you were really they are really going to shoot themselves in the nuts because everything I've read about the game, the developers and the guys who analyze the market on these things and however much money they spent to make it, there's people saying that if this is not the most successful game ever made, by orders of magnitude, you and I can't understand. Like, if this game doesn't make billions of dollars inside of launch week, that the entire gaming industry is going to collapse because of it.
Don't even understand how that's possible.
I don't either. Like, are you telling me that every single developer out there has sank their entire livelihood into the success of GTA?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, how is Bethesda going to go out of business because GTA didn't make $5 billion inside of launch week?
Yeah. You can't tell me every game company has somehow invested a little bit of money into Rockstar just to get this game going for them.
I don't know. And I think it's that corporate synergy talk. Like, we
Yeah.
got to really,
We gotta make it sound worth making happen.
yeah.
Even if you really don't think you can make it happen, you should probably try really hard to make it happen.
Pops made the analysis. Like, if you shoot for the stars but hit the moon, that expression is like people aim for the stars, they hit the moon. They're that kind of thing. Where it's like
Right.
we're still getting to space, but
Right. It's not where you want to be.
I don't know. It's beyond me.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing is stupid. Why would you say some asinine bullshit like that where it's like I need this game to make $9 billion in its first week
Well, it's just like
just to break even?
it's because that one asshole said that as much as there is to do in it, they should be charging $300 or $200 for this game. The audacity to even make a comment like that. Like, I don't know what your pocketbooks look like, but shut up, big man. You're speaking for yourself.
Look, I'm putting games on my Christmas and birthday list hoping for a miracle because I know I don't have the means to get them right now.
If I can't put it on a buy now, pay later program, it ain't happening.
Like, I'm looking at the the First Light, the 007 First Light game, Lego Batman, the new Control game.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things coming out inside of this calendar that I'm excited about.
I'm glad you brought that up. When is Control supposed to drop?
Oh, you would ask me that.
Well, okay, then let me ask you a question you can't answer. Do you think they're going to drop another video for the showcase?
Uh, well, I think it's possible. I think they just dropped a gameplay trailer not all that long ago
Right.
because they were like, "Hey, let's look at all this cool innovation that we're doing. It's our most ambitious game to date."
It just says release year is 2026.
Which I never know what it means when they say that. Like, are you talking about from a technical standpoint? Are you like what does that mean to you? This is the most ambitious thing we've ever done.
Right. Are you just saying everything else has been garbage up to this point?
I mean, I played Alan Wake, so
And that just wasn't your style.
it really wasn't. It's not a
That's
bad. It's not a bad game.
I
It
think
just
that's all
wasn't
it
my.
was. Yeah, it just wasn't your cup of tea. You know,
It,
you had to knock it out to get the taste for it because you're in the Control universe, but like otherwise,
the Sam Lake bursts.
yeah.
I don't.
Episode 3 was garbage.
It was so cumbersome. It took so long, and it just stopped being fun.
Yeah. You're like, how long have I been on this episode for? Is it going to end or not?
Like, am I actually in the darkness that Alan Wake has descended into? And like, the video game is actually like,
Just going to continuously drop you into new areas to
yeah,
keep combat
like I'm
going.
never actually going to get away from this game. Just
Yeah,
like Alan Wake can't escape the entity in the
that'd
darkness.
be wild. That'd have been a wild adaptation.
It's not a loop; it's a spiral.
It always is, though. Well, so I mean, you kind of brought up Gears, like
Yeah,
a lot of talks came up lately about console exclusive things coming back because we've seen a lot of things crossing paths because
yeah.
either they're trying to bring in people from the other side or maybe they're just trying to make sure that their game the people that's been playing their games for years are able to play their games with more people and less loading times and less lobby times because they've got twice as many players in there
I,
opening it up to the other console.
I don't like Sony has been sharing with PC a lot lately
Yeah.
because the Uncharted games, the Spider-Man games, and God of War have all come to PC
Okay.
at least. And Microsoft is sharing with Sony because Gears of War came out on PS5. The Gears of War remaster came out on PS5.
Right.
The rumor is the remaster of Halo is going to end up on PS5.
Hmm.
So I don't know what all the I don't know what all why we're having a whole circle jerk sharing thing going on here, but
Yeah, because they did the same thing with Helldivers. That was a Sony game, and it wasn't until the second one,
yeah.
and it was like a year after release they finally updated it to where Xbox players could get into it too. So
I don't mind, I don't mind cross-platform games or
yeah,
multi-platform games.
right.
I don't even mind them sharing with each other,
Well, you're not even going to play it online anyway, so of
five
course
or
you don't care.
5 or 6 exclusives is not out of line,
Right.
but I don't like the empty promises of the gaming industry,
Okay.
which is, me going back to that whole point. Don't promote something
Yeah.
you're not halfway ready to
To
launch.
just put out now. Yeah.
Like there was a Prince of Persia remake that they were going to put out about 5 or 6 years ago, and they showed the early build of it, and they're like, this is supposed to be a current generation game, basically a ground up remake or remaster of the original Prince of Persia, and it looks like a PlayStation 1 you're showing us PlayStation 1 generation
Graphics.
graphics.
Ugh.
You can't do any better than this. Like the fan community was just like, if you're not going to do better than this, go back to the drawing board.
Right.
And so, whoever it is, I don't think it's Square, Crystal Dynamic, I think. I could be wrong. Hit the comments. I don't know who actually made it, but they were like, oh no.
Right.
And so they were like, all right, well, they just kept delaying the release until they were just finally like, it's just not going to come out.
Right.
Like we've just thrown everything we've made in the can because it was obvious that
Wasn't even worth finishing off
it wasn't even worth trying to finish. Like there's no way we would have been able to made a quality product in the time
any
that
time of fashion. Yeah.
in a timely fashion, and what you guys are asking for is way more, would cost way more than the investment we wanted to make in the project.
Right.
I don't know what all the actual technicals were, but I'm guessing that was something in the conversation.
Right.
They're just like, this has just become too unwieldy a project for what we had in mind, and it's obvious that the fan community is not going to be receptive to what we were willing to put out, so why bother?
Right. Oh yeah.
It's like, but you've spent so much time and money in it up to this point.
Yeah. How do you just throw that away?
You're just throwing it in it's like the it's like David Zaslav when he's in charge of Warner Brothers. He's just greenlighting all these movies to get made, and then he's just throwing them in a can at the end of the year. He's just like, okay, throwing them in the vault, writing it off on our taxes. It's like that's like burning a house down for the insurance money.
Yeah.
Was the analogy that somebody made? It's like you're wasting all this money,
Yeah.
and the diminishing return of throwing it in the vault and claiming it on your taxes. You're telling me you're going to break even that way?
Yeah. Why even bother?
Get fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks.
I hate the whole empty promises thing.
Yeah. You're gonna stay on this, aren't you?
I could, but I sense you have other things you want to talk about.
No, I just well, I mean, I have other points, but do you need a moment to go
No,
on about this?
I'm all right. We can move on.
That's fair. Um, so also a lot of talk that's been going on is backwards compatibility.
Oh, I'm excited about that.
Microsoft has put a vote out for what everybody wants to see become backwards compatible.
Yeah.
Um, You talked about it before, and Sony is all but capable of basically turning your PS5 into a PS1 through 5, and it's just a matter of software,
Yeah.
more or less.
And Sony is apparently just not interested in doing it. Like it's not cost effective for them to just unlock the software.
That doesn't make any sense because I mean, you can't tell me there's not a number you could charge people. You're charging them $900 for the console.
What I
What are
would
we saying here?
what I'd like to see them do is, they give you a lot of these software updates, right? And
Yeah,
you just, hey, it's just like automatically downloads.
right.
And it's like if they want to make some money just one time, just one time, they'd be like, all right, if you want this update, we're going to charge, there's a one-time charge of like $50 or whatever,
I
100
I
bucks.
was say I'd assume 100, but
But
yeah,
$100 to unlock the software
because
so
it's
that
got to
it,
be high enough. Otherwise, they would have already been putting it out with their consoles at $900.
yeah.
Because it doesn't
So,
make sense.
if unless they want to use that as the way they want, the way they promote the PS6, unless they want to launch that with the PS6, I don't understand what's holding them back right now because they would bring in so many people doing that because
Right.
it's like, man, there is so much going backwards that was on the PS2 and
Games would
on the
fly off the shelf at the resale stores.
the
The
buy sell trade.
PS1s, PS2s, they'd go crazy for that stuff.
Yeah.
Even more than what they already are.
Hell, okay, okay, all right. Let's say okay, you want to make more money out of it. Offer it up in your digital library.
Yeah,
Quit making us do PlayStation Plus.
yeah.
It's like, okay, we're gonna unlock the library and all
But they're
the
not going to do that.
they would make the money they are so desperate for.
But it's the same thing Nintendo's doing. Because if they do that, then it's a one-time sale. They're not holding you on the hook for that monthly subscription. And they need that monthly subscription because that's what keeps revenue coming in. That's the only thing that these companies are mainly focused on is how we can continuously generate revenue monthly.
If they would just trust the one time pops, like
Well, I mean, Microsoft seems to be making all the right changes. Let's see if that's not part of it.
I'm telling you, if they said tomorrow, if whenever the Xbox showcase is later tonight, tomorrow, whatever, I don't know when it is. Soon, let's say
Yeah,
soon.
right.
If they said screw the vote, we're just unlocking the library, any 360 disc you pop in there will
We'll
will
play.
will run off your console.
Right.
Everything that's over there that is not, well, actually, it's back in the bedroom now, but everything that is over there in the bedroom that is not a PS3 exclusive title that I can go find on the 360, my PS3 is probably going to go in the can.
Yeah. Because what do you need it for at that point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Sony doesn't care about my money.
Right.
Microsoft did the homework and earned my money back in a way.
Right.
They oh shit, our customer service is actually awful.
Right.
We need to fix this. And they did.
Yeah.
Microsoft earned my trust back. Sony's kind of telling, at least the it's not the marketing team. I keep saying the marketing team because it's not the marketing team. They're just trying to figure out how to sell a thing.
Right.
But the corporate level decision making is telling me they don't care about my money.
Right.
Now, from a content standpoint, the guys that align with Sony, they make great games. Like the Santa Monica, they made all the God of War games. They're all really good.
Right.
Insomniac's making Spider-Man games right now, and they're really good.
Okay.
I've played a little bit of Horizon. I haven't done much with it, but it seems good too. And it's like the content is not the problem. It is the corporate level decision making.
Yeah. Because it's not even about the gamers and you know the thrill of playing the game. It's all about the money, the
I'm
bottom
convinced
dollar.
I'm convinced that at that level they don't even care what the product is. Like
Yeah.
it's just the fact that they are in the business of selling video games is just an add-on. It's like
Yeah.
we want to be a $1 trillion company.
Yeah.
Oh, we can do it with video games. Oh, well, if we have to. What do we know about video games?
Right.
Nothing. Shit.
Not a single thing.
And that's all they don't care what the product is. They just have to figure out how to sell it in a way that's going to make them a fortune.
Right.
And in some ways, Microsoft has stopped doing that.
Right.
They have actually started to care about the gamers again, to
Right.
my way of thinking.
It definitely seems like it. We're getting that OG feel out of the company again.
I'm excited for what she's going to do. I really hope that it's not like a 10 list of what everybody wants to see and they just say across the board, you know, I still don't understand how it's all tied to the licenses. Okay, well, such and so, still have a 10% stake in all these games, and we have to pay them a 10% yield out of whatever, and there's nobody even to pay that money to now.
Right.
So what's the problem?
So yeah, who owns it then? You own it. Use it.
I the licensing is hanging.
I feel like if a company goes under with 10% of something, there is no more 10% of it. Like your 90 just became 100. That is 100% of the company because that 10% got bankrupt.
I mean,
I don't know how else you describe that. Or they get bought out of their 10%.
when we start seeing our access to, to and I'm gonna Skylar and I talk about this every once in a while because I know you're a great deal concerned that one day you're gonna wake up and not be able to play something because they remove the license.
Right.
And
For whatever reason, there's a new way to monetize the license,
yeah,
basically.
and
And I'm at the will of whatever company that's chose to do
whatever
that.
corporate level thinking decided that they're not making enough money out of all of this.
Right.
And according to Skylar and I trust his judgment a lot. Like that kind of thing doesn't really happen.
Right.
And if it does, it happens to just tiny little independent games that nobody's ever heard of before.
Right.
Like they're not doing that on the scale you're worried that they're doing it on.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong.
And we're probably years away from them doing it.
Right. I imagine it's a possibility. That's
Well,
really, I'm not as worried about it as I think I might portray, I guess, but
yeah.
it's always in the back of my mind, like, what will it become?
I
I
understand
think that's what it really is.
I understand the concern, and
It's not going to
it's like
stop me from investing in my games or
why,
buying
yeah,
more.
and I sometimes I get the impression you don't pull a trigger on that. Well, because I mean finances are everybody's responsibility, but it's like why even pull a trigger? Why on getting a game? Like
Yeah.
if it's just going to disappear from my library, and I hate to see you not enjoy a thing because you're worried
Well,
about
that's not
that.
why I'm doing it or not buying it. It's because I've already bought 80 games that are literally sitting on the shelf collecting dust. And maybe I should probably play the games I've already invested a few $100s in before I go out spending 20, 30, 40 more.
So I'm gonna shout you out.
All right.
Why when you're sitting right here, I need to.
Holla.
Chris did something special for me yesterday, and well, Chris put an app on my radar that helps me catalog all of my games
And consoles.
and consoles of whatever generation and almost whatever game. Now,
Almost whatever variation.
yeah,
I mean, any special edition console is on that list. So,
and a lot of special edition versions of the games,
yeah.
like whether it was just a standard or if it was the greatest hits,
Yeah.
generation of the game, whatever, the limited day one edition, whatever. It keeps track of a lot of that stuff. And so Chris put that app on my radar, and I downloaded it, and I've started recataloging all of my video game collection through this app. And it's like there is so many games that I own across at least two systems.
Right. Some of which you've never even opened, have you?
some of which I have maybe played the opening mission, and
Yeah.
it's gone the way of it's gone the way of churned butter at this point. It's just not really a thing
Right.
anymore.
I, I understand that. I think my concept was, I got rid of Game Pass last year, and I was like, I want my own Game Pass sitting on the shelf. I
Yeah.
want to be able to walk up and choose one of 50 different games based on my taste of the moment, and that's what I'm going to play. And so I think that's what really even got me investing into physical to begin with.
Well, it's always nice to be able to look at it on the shelf and feel like the choice paralysis isn't going to hang you up, and you're going to be like, I can see it, I can put my hands on it, I can make a decision without sitting here for an hour.
Yeah.
And and I
Of
get
course, then you put the disc in, then you just stare at the home screen for a minute, and then you go to the store and see what's available, and you check your wish list.
you scroll on your phone while the game's loading, and then there's 18 distractions between you and the end of the
Three
game.
hours later, you're still sitting in the lobby.
Yeah, I've made some traction with Resident Evil Requiem since we opened it back up last game night, and
It's almost due for its 1 year update. It's about time.
but I want to be able to sit down and to me it's really a question of it's not whether or not you are given opportunity, it's whether or not you take the time.
Make the
You
opportunity.
make the opportunity.
Yeah,
You make the
you
time
have
for
to
a
make
thing.
it. Yeah,
I mean, you're going to sacrifice time somewhere,
yeah.
no matter what.
That's what the challenge I'm finding in even doing the Pragmata demo. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to do it on the off chance that it eventually expires or like you can't even access it anymore. And so it's like, I want to put the time in because that's been out for like 3 months now, 4 months. So it's like, that can't be on there much longer before they're going to be like, all right, well, we're done
You
dealing with
just need
this.
to buy the game at this point. Is
Yeah,
what they're going to start
right.
leading towards. But my thing is, I whenever people say I don't have the time, or I didn't have the time, or I haven't had the time, or however they word it, it's like, no, you didn't make the time.
Right. Time got used in other things.
You chose something other than whatever in that moment. So
Yeah,
don't say I didn't have the time.
right.
You chose something else, and that's fine,
Right.
but live with your choice.
Yeah.
And I can't speak for you on this, but I know that when they started promoting the most recent generation of systems, like back when it was the PS5 and the Series S, Series X,
Right.
you know, because we were at the height of COVID, and there were chip shortages, and all these consoles were almost impossible to get your hands on
Right.
unless you paid an outrageous 700% markup.
Yeah.
And
Or wasted countless hours trying to finagle your way into some line
yeah,
queue.
yeah, and that's another story, but
Well, I think you told that story on here.
yeah, 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 a little bit. And it was finagling on the part of an old friend of mine and my mother, who were desperate to see me have a PS5, and so between the two of them, they both spent many countless hours waiting in the online store queue trying to be lucky, not lucky caller number 7.
Right.
And anyway, I know that what the way it happened for me was that it was easier to get your hands on a Series S than it was on a Series X.
Right.
And so a lot of people got Series S's. Well, that's the digital model, and if you wanted to put games on it, you had to buy them through the store.
Yeah.
And so, a lot of those games that I had physically, I couldn't use on my Series S, so I just turned them into, whichever buy sell trade shop for store credit, and then it's like, well, I guess I'll just spend the money to buy it through the store digitally.
Right.
And it's like, but
Yeah.
never thinking that within a year I'd have my hands on a Series X, and it's like,
Here we are.
shit.
Yeah. And now you don't even have enough space for all these games digitally anymore, despite the fact you have 3 additional hard drives.
I
Well,
that
at first you didn't have it, but as you slowly progress, it was like, oh, I'm running out of space. What
yeah,
am I going to do? Oh, running out of space. What am I going to do? Expansion card.
I'm running out of space. What am I gonna do? And that's one of the things that I will say about Microsoft that I love that they nailed is like that you have, figuratively speaking, you can stack external hard drives
Right.
on top of each other.
I just like that the memory thing is removable versus Sony is you have to install it to the internal and leave it there. Like
Uh,
you can make it bigger, but you have to open it up and install that thing versus I mean I can just pull mine out and then
it's a whole hassle if you want to combat that problem. At least on Sony's end, you got to unplug a hard drive and plug another one in. And if you want to go back and play something on the other one, you got to unplug that one and plug that first one back in. It's like
oh yeah.
learn how to stack your storage space so that you can plug in two or three or four
Yeah.
different hard drives
What
at a
what we
time.
got all these USB slots for if we can't use them
I
for hard
mean,
drives? Yeah. We don't need three headsets. What are we doing here?
I would have at least three hard drives per tower
Right.
because that would give me so much deep reserve storage to work with, where it's like I could put 100 PS5 games on here.
Right.
And when I want, it's like I got one that's just dedicated deep storage for PS5 games. If I need to make room for something, okay, well, I've played that, and that
Right.
in the can.
Right.
Now, one of the other things that Microsoft has done is that even if it's on inactive storage, your games will always automatically
Update.
update.
I love that.
PS5, they do not.
Really?
If you put your PS5 games in deep storage, they will not automatically update. You got to move them back over to active
Console
storage
storage. Wow, I didn't know that.
to get those updates. And it happens just about every time I get something out of deep storage. It's like, okay, you need 150 gigabyte update
Right.
before you can get to the startup menu again. Well, figurative exaggeration, of course, a little bit, but
Unless it's Call of Duty.
all right. Activision, Blizzard, whichever one you are, I think you're both. I'm going to give you a piece of advice, and maybe this is just me. Listen up.
It's definitely just him.
Quit attaching Warzone to everything. The update files make it not fun or worth it. Make it its own game and leave the rest of the Call of Duties alone.
If you want to put the rest of the Call of Duties in one tile, cool. I think, honestly, every Call of Duty should be under one tile, all the way down to Modern Warfare.
I mean, you go back to Call of Duty
Finest hour.
Finest Hour.
I'm saying, if you could.
That's what I'd love to see you guys do is to like group your series into one tile to simplify the library. So if it's Far Cry,
Yeah,
you just see
Assassin's Creed. I
Assassin's
just want to see one tile.
one tile,
Yep.
and then you click on it, you open it, and there's a sub menu
Dead
that
Rising.
has all the games in it,
Yeah.
and then you pick which one you want to
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we need in our lives. You hear us?
simplify your menu
Get rid of
and
Warzone.
get rid of Warzone.
But Warzone makes money. It gets microtransactions.
Okay,
You're
well
not even
then
buying anything on.
make it its own thing. Don't attach it. The update files make it not worth it. Like people are not buying Call of Duties anymore because you force Warzone down our throats, and the update files are so big. There's no there's no way to keep them on the damn tower.
Doesn't Infinity Ward have the next one? Or are we
Uh,
back to Modern Warfare?
they're going back to Modern Warfare, and I believe
I think just announced that.
Infinity Ward is still in charge
In
of
the
Modern
lead.
Warfare.
Yeah.
But I mean, they got Sledgehammer, they got Raven, they got Triarch, they got Infinity Ward, they got so many. It's like, okay, who wants the next Call of Duty? We do.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with it? Crap.
That's what everybody's looking forward to.
Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 7, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4.
Ghost was pretty good.
Ghost was our. I wish they'd make a sequel to Ghosts.
Yeah.
That I'd honestly like to see because that cliffhanger is such a. Ugh.
All right, real quick before we get too
Ugh.
far. I mean, we've already went off the reserve, obviously, from the showcase. But let me ask one more question about it. This is my last one. Are there any remasters you'd love to see happen? That's a Microsoft thing.
Oh, I don't know what would be. exclusively a Microsoft. I
Not even necessarily exclusively a Microsoft thing, but Microsoft has decided they will be the ones to offer the remaster to something. Is there a remaster that would really tickle your fancy to see pop up this year?
I don't know that they'd get it done this year. I know Halo's got one coming out. They did of all things they did two, and then they just left the franchise alone. Like they remastered two, and then they just left it alone there.
Was one not part of the Master Chief Collection?
Well, I mean, it was on there, but it wasn't remastered, and neither was three or four.
Okay,
They
but two
remastered
was.
two.
Okay,
And so, now they're remastering one, and I'd like to see them remaster three and four if they're going to go that far.
yeah, I'd play
But
that online.
the rest of the Gears of War franchise could use a
Uh,
at least two, three, and Judgment.
at least a fresh coat of paint.
Put a new coat of paint on it. I'd be all right with that. And
You're still not gonna play it.
oh, I don't know if that's true. Remasters will bring people out from underneath their rocks because you put your hands on a good remaster, you're going to reinvest.
Yeah, if it's good enough quality. I mean, I've even gotten so far here lately as to like I'm wanting to collect the old version of a game and play it to appreciate what the remaster brought. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I want to play through a game and then play the remaster right after and
Now,
really divulge and appreciate what became of that.
I might, if they like announce a remaster, I'll go out and I'll be like, well, I'll get this for right now and I'll play it so that when the remaster comes out, it's like, okay, yeah, this is worth it.
Yeah,
And then I'll get rid of the original and I'll have the remaster.
right. That's fair.
Or at least that's the way it.
You don't like to keep it on more than one console? That seems not like you.
I don't want 17 generation copies.
It just doesn't seem like
Like if
you.
something comes out on PS3 and then they put a remake out on the PS5, then I'll keep the PS5 copy.
This isn't the Gronk I know. Gronk I know wants like, both copies sitting on the
I
shelf.
don't mind having something on PlayStation and Xbox. I just don't want like 1938 Bela Lugosi Dracula and 1993 Bram Stoker's Dracula with Gary Oldman.
Right. Two versions of the same thing.
I mean, really, that's not even a good example because they're two wildly different takes on Dracula anyway. But like so, and this doesn't even work because Modern Warfare 2 back in 2009 had the special ops missions,
Yeah,
but they remastered the campaign,
just the campaign.
just the campaign.
I want those ops missions remastered.
I do too. I would love to see that.
Well, we're already not getting our Modern Warfare 3 remaster we wanted because they shut that studio down. So
Really,
I thought that was you and I that had that conversation.
uh,
I thought the one that did
Blue
the
Point.
yeah, didn't you? I thought you said they were in charge of that Modern Warfare 3
I don't
remaster.
know that they were in charge of Modern Warfare 3. They did Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, okay. Now we're on the
And
same
and
page
not
again.
long ago they got shut. They got folded
Just
up.
like 5, 6 months ago,
Yeah.
I think it was
And
because we
that's
talked about it. It was
why.
right about the time we were trying to start Uncharted and
Yeah.
trying to start streaming it.
Why would you do like it is the king of remake.
Yeah,
It's like the remake company.
everybody's begging for that remake too, especially after as good as two was.
That that
Two is
that
beautiful,
new coat of paint on 2 was
a game changer.
sick.
The GTA games are the same way. That definitive edition is insane, and all it is fresh coat of paint, less buffing,
Yeah. It's amazing what a fresh coat of paint will do on a game.
yeah, and a car and a house. But nonetheless, I am excited to see what comes out through through the showcase. I'm intrigued to see if there's any big hardware changes, software changes we hear,
Yeah.
or Project Helix finally gets some more details announced, or
I am excited. I don't even know what all they would announce, but I am excited to see what.
I'm trying not to watch anything and spoil it for myself. I'd like to just, like last time I put some earbuds in, I just kind of listened to it. I
Yeah,
think there's a couple like people that work for Microsoft that commentate what's going on the whole time. I had them playing, but that's all I did last year. So, but I look forward to what comes out.
hopefully it'll be good announcements. I want to see that Gears of War E-Day and Emergence Day game. I'm excited to play that because all the Gears games are
Favorites.
good or better. It's probably the brand for Microsoft.
Right. Now, if we can just get an army of two
Really, that is a
remastered.
game that would be devastating with a new coat of paint.
Oh God, I don't know what they're waiting on. I think they're really just trying to build anticipation for
You keep
that.
seeing the AI generated articles
Yeah,
about how,
I sent you one of them because it
yeah,
got me.
you really got to pay a little more
I've
attention.
been doing better. Last couple been solid. But anyway, that's all the time we have today. Thanks for hanging out with us. Please give us your feedback. What are you looking forward to on the showcase? What are you excited about from Microsoft this year? Do you want to see E-Day? Do you want to see a new console? What remaster are you hoping for?
Are you hoping they unlock the library and suddenly all those 360 titles, you just got to go out and get them and install them and you
Or
can
you've
play
been
everything?
or you've been collecting them in the closet for 20 years waiting for this day.
Yeah. And now here it
And here it
is,
is.
your life's pursuit right at your
Yeah.
fingertips.
Now you're not spending $600 a disc trying to recollect your collection.
Man, try to go back and find all the Spider-Man games again.
Oh, I've watched you one at a time.
And
It's disgusting.
well, I'm not gonna get into what grinds my gears about it because that's gonna take another 5 minutes. But we will,
We'll grind gears later.
yeah,
Till next time.
we'll catch you.